and thank you for listening to or watching a special OMO FNG edition of the Upland Down Under podcast. Today's show is recording on Saturday, 3rd of February at just, 8:39 a.m. AEST. A lot happened since the last show, so I just thought I'd do this quick kind of impromptu version. A lot of thoughts about this one, so I like getting my very biased opinions out there. So all I've got down on the notebook for this one is a few bullet points. I've got first thoughts about the Ethereum bundle sale, if you can't see behind me, diving into the details, what to watch out for, what I'm excited about, and some final thoughts. Before we kick off with that, though, I'd just say that following up from last week's show, but the earlier show this week, episode number 25, Swally did manage to talk me into getting some of those season passes. Well, he didn't really talk me into it, but he definitely gave me enough positive points that I was willing to take a gamble. So a special shout out to Luke01, who I worked with yesterday and today. I managed to pick up 2 passes actually for UPX, good prices on UPX. I will burn one and take part in, the drops and everything that comes through. And the other one I'm going to hold as a kind of potential resale to collectors further down the track. I have kind of discussed with Luke that this may be a kind of an ongoing thing there too. So we'll see how it goes anyhow. So yes, massive news, Ethereum bundle. Wow. First thoughts before I dive into the details. My first thoughts, I woke up at whatever it was, 4 a.m. or something stupid yesterday morning, and I read it and I was just like, yikes. There's a few things that stood out to me straight away that I was just like, wow, this is really, really scary. But the more I've thought about it, the more that I've read some of the debate that's going on in general and that, I can see a lot of positives to this, although it's probably not going to be without its teething problems, of course. As I said, I've only got a few bullet points written down, so it'll probably be rambling along. So as I always say, get that 2x speed going. Get yourself used to listening to things at 2x speed. Anyhow, let's check out what are the actual details at play here. I didn't have a full-on detailed read-through of this myself because it was a case of just, my eyes bugging out when I read it first up. And we do know that there was a delay, which they've outlined here. So Upland launches the first ever Web3 onboarding bundle in the Metaverse. That's pretty good. Hopefully a headline like that, hopefully news like that's going to get out and get some mainstream media attention. Have to wait and see, and that all kind of ties into what I'll speak about a bit later when I get to the what I'm excited about segment. So yes, there was apparently some technical issues which they had to delay it by a few days, they said, but actually it's all up and running again now, so it didn't take that long after all. And there was a few tweaks to what was involved in the bundles as well. So what do they say here? Upland is thrilled to announce a major event in the Upland universe, they say, not the Metaverse. The first ever Ethereum-only bundle sale. This exciting development is a significant step in expanding the Upland ecosystem. Absolutely it is. It's a massive step. Offering players unique rewards and experiences. This event is not just about unique rewards. It's about encouraging players to connect their Metamask wallets in anticipation. This is kind of the big point here of the future Sparklet token. Sparklet will require the integration of your MetaMask wallet. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to prepare and connect. Of course, none of what I'm going to blab on about is financial investment, game strategy advice, all of that, all of the usual disclaimers. If you are setting up a MetaMask wallet, I've had one up here since, ICO days in 2017 or whenever it first came on board. So I've been playing around with it for a while. Your seed phrase, your seed words, make sure you put them down somewhere safe and secure. Whatever you do, don't email them to yourself or don't do any kind of, digitized version of that unless you've got some other, if you're super experienced and you've got some kind of way to do it. You need to guard that with your life because once you dive into this whole different aspect of things, it's a completely different ball game and it's scammers galore, absolute Wild West. So it says here, the core of this offer is exceptional value. Now, they've got that in bullet points, and some of the chatter that's been out there that I've seen is, the 0.05 Ethereum bundle, that's worth roughly, by the time you factor in gas fees and whatnot, it'd be about 200 Australian dollars worth. So They're saying exceptional value. So you would think that whatever you're going to get is going to be more value than that. So that goes back to that whole Fukibukuro style that I was talking about in the last podcast, where, you essentially getting a lucky dip system where you're expecting to buy something at a much reduced price than what, the pack or whatever it is, the value within it is. So each bundle is carefully curated to include high-value properties, complemented by the bonus of Spark. The bonus of Spark. Now, that's very interesting they've said that. I'll just say, too, I'm not recording in my usual spot, so you can probably hear my bird chirping away, and the table's going to be a bit bouncy and whatnot. Anyhow, the bonus of Spark. So if you say a bonus, that means to me, that reads like it's not factored into the exceptional value part. So if I was to buy... I'll just use Australian dollars because that's the easiest for me to work with. If I was to use that as a kind of baseline, if I'm going to buy a pack that costs me 200 exceptional value at a minimum, you'd be wanting to think you'd get 250 worth of value out of that, and then Spark as a bonus on top. Don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see if that's actually factored into the value or not. So this exclusive offer will be available in the store for the next few weeks, providing ample time for all players to integrate their MetaMask wallets and take advantage in this opportunity. I don't think so, isn't it? Like, it's all kicks off. It's all kicks off pretty much tomorrow, doesn't it? Maybe I read that wrong. But yes, I think this is despite some of the FUD that's out there, despite some of the concerns, I think this will disappear pretty rapidly. I don't think it's going to sit there. If other NFT sales and whatnot are any indication to go by, especially if this gets a couple of mainstream articles or something, I expect this will just disappear lickety-split. But we'll have to wait and see, because is there KYC involvement as well? Maybe there is. I'm not 100% sure on that. If there is, then obviously new players that may read the article and are going to come in and do it, well, they're not going to be able to. But it'd be unlikely that they'd get KYC'd in time. Anyhow, join us in this exciting phase of Upland's growth. Absolutely, it's very exciting, where we're not only offering great value, but also fostering advancement in the use of blockchain technology. Yeah. Yes, not my keys, not my crypto. Well, here, guess what? You get to play with your keys and your crypto with your Metamask wallet. So it is definitely a very exciting step. So Beverly Hills, this is pretty cool. I won't go into details here. The city's launch is also non-vanilla, which is cool, meaning collections are revealed. Yes, total properties, 7,700. It's part of LA, 7 new collections. Average mint price, 256,501. I don't know who it was. I think it was Sones or somebody was asking in Upland General, well, yeah, the average is great, but you need some more details, because, the highest mint price, 55 million, and the lowest mint price, 4 million. Well, what's the median price? Because that's the average mint price there doesn't give you a lot of information. So a few landmarks included as well. And here we go. They're starting to get in the nitty gritty. Unmatched value in every bundle. Each bundle in this sale includes 3 to 4 exclusive properties and Spark. Each bundle also presents the chance to receive exclusive landmarks, delivering unprecedented value. Okay, so is the value the kind of lottery system you're going to get the potential to get a landmark? Obviously, if you buy the 0.05 Ethereum bundle and you score yourself a landmark, well, yeah, that is unprecedented value. However, if you, like I usually am, are incredibly unlucky in these things, and you get your 0.05 Ethereum bundle and you just get your 3, whatever they are, properties, might not even be collection properties, and a little bit of extra Spark, it's going to be very interesting to see if that value is indeed exceptional or unprecedented, as they've said. So, of course, you need to be aware that you need to travel to these specific locations in order to mint. Properties will be reserved for 1 week. After that, it's going to be open to the public to mint. So that's a system that everybody should be familiar with. Bundle sales registration, February 3rd. Sale starts, sale starts Saturday, February 3rd, 9 a.m. PT, 3 a.m. Australian time, Sunday morning. So what can you actually buy? 0.05 Ethereum, like I said, I think that's about 180 something Australian dollars. 200 of those, what are you going to get? 3 properties plus 0.06 Spark. They bump that up. Now, this is, when you read the big details there about Beverly Hills, you go, whippy, that looks really cool. But then you can find out that the chances here, you have a chance to get a property in LA, which could be anywhere in LA by the sounds of it, because they've got Beverly Hills separate, Manhattan, Chicago, or Beverly Hills. 3 properties. What's the bet that if I was to buy this one, I'd end up with 3 in Chicago that were just, yeah, I don't know. There must be a very interesting algorithm there. Out of those 200 bundles, so what do you got? 200 bundles, 600 properties, 120 of those are collection properties. Interesting. 1 exclusive landmark for that pack. So yeah, I would personally, I would like to see some more specifics about this. I'd like to see it kind of like what they do with some of the pack sales that they've done, where you're definitely going to get a map asset, and then you got a 1 in 5 or whatever it is chance at getting the block explorer, or vice versa and whatnot. Yeah, bit more security of information there would go a long way, but they do kind of be heading into this very much Fukibukuro style, as I said, this kind of lucky bag system where you're not really sure at all of what you're going to get. 0.1 Ethereum bundle, now you're talking about a bit more serious money. 100 of those, 3 properties plus 0.15 Spark. 65 of those ones could be a collection, 2 landmarks, and then the big, whoa, burn out the credit card or dust off your old Ethereum wallet. 50 bundles of 1 Ethereum. You get an extra property there, plus 2.2 Spark. So that's a pretty decent carrot. Although you're talking 1 Ethereum, you're talking about a lot of money. Holy dooly. Yeah, property locations again. LA, Manhattan, Chicago, Beverly Hills. 100 of those properties going to be in a collection. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chances at a landmark in that. So Metamask, to participate, simply connect your Metamask wallet. Yes, I would imagine this is pretty easy to do. Like I said, I've got Metamask there, but I'm not going to do this because I'm just kind of FOMO blocking myself that, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out for reasons I'll get into a bit more, but it seems like it's a pretty straightforward process. Join the excitement. Don't miss this unparalleled opportunity to expand your property portfolio in Upland with these exclusive Ethereum bundles. Yes. Happy property hunting. Well, it's not really happy property hunting. It's good luck in the RNG Fukibukuro style and whatnot. So yes, all pretty exciting stuff. So I guess I'll just gab on a bit with my biased opinion. So we dove into the details. What to watch out for? There's a few important points here that I've just put down as kind of sub-bullet points. Is gas fees. If you've played around with MetaMask and you've got involved in ICOs or NFT purchase packs and stuff before, you'll know all about gas fees. If you haven't, gas fees can be very tricky for things that are, you know, if there's a lot of demand for things, the gas fees can blow up significantly in a very short amount of time. So I don't know, in the off-peak period, gas fees typically a couple of dollars, but could range anywhere, the 50s, the hundreds. Yeah, who knows? For this particular event, I don't think the size of this event probably isn't enough to change gas fees much. However, if there are other NFT events or who knows what's going on with the Ethereum blockchain, you're kind of at the mercy of the entire ecosystem there. So just watch that one out. Just watch that one when especially if you're buying Ethereum to take part in this and transferring it over to your MetaMask or whatever. You can't just buy 0.05. You're going to need more than that to be able to get the transaction to go through. The other one, which was the big one, which is what my eyes bugged out, where I went yikes with the first thoughts, is tax implications, potential tax implications. Reminder, not financial advice, do your own research, etc. Every country has different tax regulations, laws surrounding crypto and whatnot. And, you know, this is even, I guess it's a bit more straightforward because this is crypto. When you start playing around with NFTs and whatnot, some of the tax laws are still yet to be formalized, at least in Australia. So why am I highly cautious about tax? This is something I've been banging on for a very long time about, and I was a bit surprised, and I did offer it as feedback in the UCN channel. I was very surprised that there was no mention of, hey, just as a reminder, you need to be aware of your own, potential tax implications in your country. I do believe that information is in the terms of service, but yeah, a bit of a reminder here would have been good, I think. What am I talking about? Well, back in the ICO craze, the 2017, 2018, the pumps and all this crazy stuff that went back on, I spoke directly on the phone with the ATO, spoke to a guy at length for, it was well over 30 minutes, ran through a whole bunch of different scenarios with where I was at with my account, what I was doing, and he assured me that the only thing I need to worry about was Australian dollars in and Australian dollars out. Yada, yada, yada. I spent the next couple of months just going absolutely ballistic, buying, selling, trading, all sorts of stuff, ICOs, moving stuff, wallets here, there, and everywhere. And then it turns out that what that guy told me was just a complete load of BS. In Australia, at least, every single crypto movement is a potential capital gains loss or capital gains or loss event. So yeah, you just got to watch out. If you have, like I do, some Ethereum in an old wallet, again, I'll speak from the Australian perspective. I've got Ethereum in one of my old wallets that I've held for well over a year. I could move that over to my Metamask and then buy this pack. My capital gains on that would be, I believe it's 25%. However, if I was to use some Ethereum that I dollar cost averaged 8 months ago, because I haven't held that for a year, the capital gains tax on that would be 50%. So yeah, your best bet, or what I would do if I was going to take part in this, would be I would buy the Ethereum from my exchange just before this event, probably an hour or two before, to give it enough time to all go through and for me to send it to MetaMask. And then I'd use that fresh Ethereum. Why would I do that? Because I'd be minimizing my tax implications, my tax liabilities, because it's the tax liabilities kick in or from when you bought it to when you sold it. Obviously, if I've got Ethereum that I purchased 5 years ago for $500, and now I'm going to put one Ethereum into this Upland sale and it's worth 3,000 Australian dollars or something, there's a massive tax liability there. So yeah, it's just, I guess the baseline thing is know what you're getting yourself into. If you don't know what the potential tax implications are for your particular country, you may want to sort that out before you even consider getting involved in this one, because it is squirrely. You can get yourself in a world of trouble, and yeah, it's definitely not fun, speaking from first-hand experience. So the other point I've got for what to watch out for and why I'm cautious is intern teething. We have seen, whether it be city releases or whatnot back in the early days. Think about the roller coaster we went through with city releases, the Brooklyn burn and all of the rest of it, where, a lot of these things is groundbreaking technology and it's going to break. Are we expecting this particular Ethereum bundle sale to go off absolutely smoothly without a hitch? I think that would be very unlikely. We've already seen they had to delay it for some particular reason that they didn't really go into. I would not be surprised to see some kind of teething problems associated with this. Could be 1,000 different things that could happen. That's, aside from the tax implications, that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting this one out. But yeah, that's all a bit of fun too. And ultimately, all of the lessons that are learned, just like city releases, all of the lessons that are learned here, all of that will be provided in feedback, and Upland will make make improvements for the next time they do this. This won't be the last bundle sale they do, not by a long shot. Few people ask why Ethereum. There's so many other better blockchains out there. Yeah, Polygon, the Classic, Solana. There's a whole bunch that have lower, gas fees and whatnot. I think Ethereum is going to be the headline grabber. Most of the established crypto bros and crypto sisses and the NFT maximalists and whatnot, they're all familiar with Ethereum. So it makes perfect sense to me. Although, yeah, there are definitely better options out there. Now, just for a bit of a laugh, I went over to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT I said, what did I say? What are some things to be cautious of or to take into consideration if I wanted to take part in an NFT purchase event? And blah, 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 blah. Research the project, of course. Everyone's familiar with Upland, who it is. Rarity and valuation. We got a little bit of information there, but not much. I mean, yeah, you would think with the limited supply that's going on for Beverly Hills, there will be just crap tons of FOMO associated with this. So if you are lucky to get one, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to flip it for a pretty penny. But who knows? We may end up with under mint USD sales as well. So that would be hilarious if people have purchased Ethereum and then sold it for under mint USD. I guess it goes back to how long you've held that Ethereum for. Maybe you've got bags and bags and bags, and it's going to make financial sense to you. Smart contract audit, that's not available to us, of course. Marketplace reputation. Yeah, I mean, Upland has very good reputation in the marketplace, you would think. Understand the fees. That one's a bit out of your hands. Make sure you can check on Etherscan. There's a way to check what the gas fees are just prior to going ahead with this. Liquidity. Consider the liquidity of the NFT. The liquidity of these Beverly Hills one, super liquid. As I said, you're going to be able to flip those at will, I would imagine. Some of these other ones, Chicago, I really don't know. It depends on the neighborhood it's going to be in, what the collection is. If it's a collection, Manhattan, you would think that'd be pretty good. LA, again, depends where it is. Scams and fakes. Now, doesn't really apply to Upland as far as taking part in this, but definitely if you're playing around with Metamask and signing up with Metamask, yeah, there's so many different ways that has and is being scammed and faked and whatnot. So you really got to watch yourself. And that goes on to the next point that ChatGPT raised, which is digital wallet security. Yeah, don't write your private keys or your keyword phrases anywhere on the internet. Anything that's accessible, it's just not worth it. I would tell you what I've done with mine, but that wouldn't be very secure. So yes, legal aspects, understand the legal rights. Yeah, I guess that kind of points towards tax implications, which I've already gabbed on about. Speculation risks. This, in contrast to some of the other NFT markets, Upland is a well-established platform. The markets in general are well-established. The speculation risks associated with this bundle sale, I don't think it's the resale value of what you're going to get. It's just the speculation is, what are you actually going to get? That's going to be the big speculation. Environmental impact, that's something to consider if you're all about that sort of stuff. Exit strategy, yeah, that's pretty well in place. That's kind of another reason, not exactly exit strategy for me, but definitely a downsizing strategy. I'm all about downsizing my account to something much more manageable at the moment. So yeah, this is another reason why I'm taking a pass on this one. Community and social proof. Check the community and social proof. Upland has by far the best, most engaged community out there, so that's all good. Long-term viability. Upland has been around since 2019, so that's all checks and balances there. Regulatory changes. Yeah, you just don't know with these things, with NFTs and whatnot, especially the tax implications that can all change around. So I followed up with ChatGPT and I said, with that in mind, create a summary of things most interesting about the following upcoming sale and things to watch out for. And then I just copy and pasted the Upland article. that we just kind of went through. And what did it say? Summary of interest, key attractions, the first Ethereum only sale, yes. Exclusive properties, yes. Revealed collections ahead of time, yes, but you don't know what you're going to get, so that's kind of a moot point. Bundled Spark, yeah. Additional Spark, then even ChatGPT picked up on this. Additional Spark provided with the bundles, enhancing the value. So, from what Upland has said, it doesn't appear to have factored into the value of the bundle. So I'm going to be fascinated to see if that's true. If it is, and if you got that one Ethereum bundle and you get the extra 2.2, yeah, that is definitely a bonus, especially if you're looking to get some Spark anyway. Metaverse expansion, participation in a significant expansion of the Upland ecosystem. Yeah, pretty cool. Surprised there wasn't some kind of badge or something associated with this, or some other kind of perk. Maybe there will be in the future, who knows. Exclusive landmarks, yes, you've got a chance at that. And yeah, preparedness for the Sparklet token. If you go through all the hoops and whatnot, the checks and balances to get your MetaMask set up and bridged over to Upland, you will be well placed for when Sparklet comes online, that whole thing as well. Things to watch out for that ChatGPT has flagged: the sale date change. Be aware that sales dates have shifted, so plan accordingly, although I think they fixed that up, didn't they? I think we're back on track. Technical issues, which is what I just kind of outlined as well. This would be very unusual if it goes off completely without a hitch. I hope that's the case. It'd be awesome if it does. Property minting. Properties have to be minted by traveling to specific locations. Oh, and that's another thing that I don't think it was specifically worded in the official Upland announcement was, yeah, you're going to be assigned a property. Maybe it's going to be 1 million. Well, apparently Upland's going to airdrop you or transfer you the UPX required to then mint that property. Now, what's going to be fascinating is now we've seen this with terminal sales and whatnot. If I was, what would I do here? If I went in the one Ethereum bundle sale and I jagged the 55 million mint value landmark, Upland sends me the 55 million UPX, I don't know that I'd go and mint that landmark. I think I'd just cash in the 55 mil. Yeah, that's going to be fascinating to see. And like I said, we do see that happen fairly often with terminals, where people will buy the terminal in USD. They'll get the UPX to mint it, and then they don't. Or some people take the gamble where they'll go into the city release, use their funds, and then try and do flips to, double their money or something like that. So very, very interesting. Investment assessment, evaluate the bundle cost against the potential market value. Well, you can't really do that because we just don't have enough information. Wallet security, mention that. Property rarity, yeah, that's, if you're talking about Chicago and LA, unknown. Manhattan would be pretty good, you would imagine. You can't really go wrong in Manhattan. And of course, Beverly Hills, you're not going to be able to go wrong there. That's going to be able to flip very easy. And then it mentions environmental considerations and the regulatory environment, etc. It says a few different bits and pieces there, but it just kind of goes into gobbledygook. So what am I most excited about this, even though I'm not going to take part in it myself, is it's the big factor that this is all setting the stage for what we hope to be at least the crypto NFT mainstream adoption. We want to see, the active community tenfold. We want to see far more mainstream articles being written about Upland and all of the cool stuff that's going on, because there is just a crap load of stuff going on. I mean, I know myself, I can be quite whiny, quite critical at times, but as I say, it always comes from a place of trying to improve things, even though I am, yes, very much downsizing my account. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just, downsizing to make things more manageable. It's just, this is just setting up for the future. Like I said, there's undoubtedly going to be some teething problems with it. They'll fix it up. They'll get it all streamlined. It's going to be much better to do this while we're still a small, tight-knit community, while Upland is still very much open to feedback and whatnot. There's no guarantees that's going to continue in the future. If this really explodes and we have 1 million active daily users, well, there's no way they can keep up with the community in that sort of environment. So yeah, it does set the stage for what is hopefully to come. Like, we all want it to go that way. Well, this is kind of some of the teething problems and some of the groundwork we're going to have to put in to get there. So that's pretty much what I'm most excited about. Also excited to see, like, if somebody's going to win big, there's going to be more than one person that's going to win big. Going to be excited for them, of course, and yeah, see how it all pans out. Final thoughts. I think this is great. It's a fantastic step in the right direction. Talked in the previous show about how I thought this, the push for the season passes and moving back to Web 2 from Web 3 was kind of seemed like a step in the wrong direction. Well, this is very much a step out into the future, a step into the very exciting future direction. So yes, if you are taking part in this, all the best of luck to you, and best of luck to Upland as well. It's they're going to have their work cut out for them, no doubts. I just hope it goes off smoothly, or they're able to cope with whatever comes their way. So with that, thank you very much for joining in for this special OMFNG edition of the Upland Down Under podcast. You can tune in to the weekly show. You can join in live. Details will be in the description. And that's about it. All the best. Later.